The power of detachment. A calm that shakes their world. Why does your calmness feel like an earthquake to those who thrive on chaos? Why does your ability to detach, to walk away without hesitation, provoke such intense reactions? The answer lies in the power of your detachment. It is a superpower that shakes the fragile foundations of their carefully constructed, chaotic worlds. Your peace is their biggest problem, and by the end of this, you will understand exactly why. The first sign that your detachment unsettles people is the subtle shift in their behavior. Covert manipulation becomes their weapon of choice. A quiet, deliberate attempt to pull you back into their web of drama. It begins with passive-aggressive remarks like, "Must be nice to not care about anything." These words are not random. They are calculated jabs, designed to make you question the strength you have cultivated by choosing peace over chaos. Their comments drip with judgment, but their true intent is desperation. They cannot fathom how you resist being baited into their drama, and it infuriates them. When their subtle remarks fail to penetrate your resolve, they escalate. Gossip becomes their next tool, a weapon to twist your calm into arrogance and label your boundaries as coldness. They seek to distort how others perceive you, hoping to isolate you. By pulling others into their narrative, they aim to create a version of you that aligns with their insecurities. Their ultimate goal is to force you back into a reactive state where you are vulnerable to their control. But in truth, these efforts reveal their fragility more than they undermine your strength. Then comes exclusion. Invitations dwindle, conversations shift when you are near, and suddenly, you find yourself on the outside looking in. This is no coincidence. They want you to feel out of place, to question the power of your detachment. They test your resolve, hoping that the sting of isolation will compel you to conform. Yet, their exclusion only underscores their fear. Your detachment has made you untouchable, a mirror reflecting their inability to control themselves. That truth burns them far more than your indifference ever could. The strength of stillness, remaining unshaken. The second sign that your detachment rattles them is their relentless attempts to provoke a reaction. When subtle manipulation fails, they resort to outright chaos. Drama is manufactured, conflict stirred from nothing, all in an effort to drag you back into a space where they feel they can dominate you. These outbursts are not random. They are deliberate traps aimed at shattering your calm. Their goal is not resolution but control. Your refusal to engage only magnifies their frustration. They push boundaries inch by inch, testing how far they can go before you crack. Their provocations target your principles, values, and even your identity. They create scenarios that seem urgent or personal, hoping to force you into defending yourself. What they crave is to see you flinch, to watch your stillness crumble under pressure. But what truly enrages them is your refusal to bite. Every failed attempt strengthens your resolve, revealing their desperation for what it truly is, a grasp for control over something they cannot touch. When the subtle jabs and calculated provocations fail, they escalate further, becoming louder and more personal. Yet, their efforts to disrupt your peace only expose their powerlessness. Your ability to remain unshaken reveals the truth they fear most. Their power was never real. That realization terrifies them more than any confrontation ever could. The mirror of detachment, reflecting their insecurities. The third sign that your detachment unsettles them is the flood of accusations and labels hurled your way. Words like cold-hearted, arrogant, or aloof are not chosen by accident. These accusations are carefully crafted attempts to discredit you, twisting your independence into a flaw. They cannot stand that you have reclaimed your energy, so they frame your refusal to engage as cruelty. By labeling you, they hope to drag you down to their level. They want you to feel guilty, to prove them wrong, or to rejoin their cycle of neediness and drama. But their words are not truths. They are projections of their own insecurities. They resent your calm because it forces them to confront the chaos within themselves. To admit that your detachment highlights their reliance on validation would be too great a blow to their pride. Every accusation they throw at you is proof of your power. It reveals their frustration at being unable to reach or shake you. When they call you arrogant, what they truly mean is that they envy your ability to stand firm. When they call you aloof, They admit their jealousy of your unbothered state. Deep down, they know your detachment is untouchable, and that truth drives them to desperation. Joan of Arc's legacy: strength through detachment. History offers us powerful examples of the strength of detachment. Joan of Arc, guided by unwavering conviction, defied societal expectations, leading armies and challenging authority. Her refusal to submit unnerved her detractors, who could neither understand nor control her. Like Joan, your detachment is your strength. It exposes the insecurities of those who rely on conformity and validation to assert power. Your independence, like hers, is a symbol of resistance, a force they cannot ignore. Why detachment unnerves them? Detachment is a force that challenges everything people addicted to control rely upon. In a world where reactions and validation are currency, your ability to remain unbothered feels both threatening and magnetic. They hate your calm because it strips them of power, yet they crave it because deep down they know it is the freedom they lack. Detachment is a mirror, reflecting their insecurities and unspoken desires. It forces them to confront the truth they have buried. They want the peace you possess but are unwilling to let go of the chaos that binds them. Your emotional independence highlights their dependencies, and that contrast is impossible for them to ignore. The triumph of your detachment. Every failed attempt to disrupt your peace is a testament to your strength. Every accusation hurled your way reveals their frustration. You are a living example of resilience, proof that true power lies in remaining aligned with your values and unshaken by the storms of others. Your calmness is not just a defense. It is a triumph. Stand tall in your detachment. It is not just a choice. It is a declaration of freedom and strength. Let their chaos crumble as you rise, untouchable and unwavering. You are not merely surviving their attempts to derail you. You are thriving, transcending, and lighting the way for others to follow. The silent power of detachment. A mirror that shakes their reality. Your calmness forces others to confront their lack of self-mastery, a truth they are often unwilling to face. Beneath their resentment, however, lies a paradoxical envy. They admire the strength it takes to detach, to walk away, and to live unshackled by external expectations. Yet this admiration is laced with bitterness because your detachment exposes the weaknesses they work so hard to hide. This blend of resentment and admiration fuels their frustration. They cannot decide whether to tear you down or learn from you. They criticize your distance, but in secret, they yearn to emulate it. Your ability to stay grounded without clinging to external validation is a direct threat to the fragile foundations on which they have built their lives. Detachment is not just a choice. It is a formidable power, and that power terrifies those who have not yet learned to wield it. It is a silent, yet profound declaration of independence, a force that leaves them both in awe and discomfort. The loss of control. Why detachment frustrates them. The second reason people hate detachment is that it strips away their power over you, leaving them exposed and frustrated. When you refuse to react, you disrupt the emotional games they have mastered, manipulating guilt, anger, or fear to control outcomes. Detachment renders their strategies ineffective, and their sense of control begins to crumble. Manipulators thrive on emotional chaos, pulling strings to make others dance to their tune. When you detach, you deny them that satisfaction, leaving them unable to ensnare you in their web. They will test you, provoke you, and escalate their efforts, desperate to spark a reaction that gives them leverage. Yet your stillness, your refusal to engage, robs them of that power. Their accusations may grow louder, their guilt trips more insistent, but none of it can land without your participation. This loss of power is deeply personal to them because it forces them to confront a painful truth. They were never in control of you to begin with. Detachment compels them to face their dependence on others' emotions for a sense of significance. While they may resent you for taking that power away, they cannot help but recognize the strength in your ability to resist. They crave that same strength, even as they despise you for wielding it. Your detachment not only protects your peace, but also exposes their fragility, leaving them powerless in the shadow of your emotional independence. This, above all, is what they cannot stand. Detachment as a mirror, reflecting their inner chaos. The third reason people hate detachment is that it serves as a mirror, reflecting their chaos, insecurities, and lack of control with stark clarity. Your calmness is not merely a neutral force. It is an unrelenting spotlight that reveals everything they have tried to bury beneath layers of noise and distraction. When you refuse to engage in their drama or validate their need for control, it forces them to confront the instability within themselves. Your detachment not only highlights their chaos but also makes it impossible for them to ignore. This dynamic creates a volatile mix of resentment and envy. They despise the discomfort your detachment brings, yet they secretly crave the peace it represents. To attain it, however, would require facing the truths they have spent their lives avoiding. Instead, they project their anger onto you, framing your calm as indifference or arrogance. But the truth is, their frustration is not with you, it is with themselves. Your detachment is more than a defense. It is a mirror that reflects their inner turmoil. It forces them to see their dependency, their fear of standing alone, and their inability to rise above the need for validation. The strength they see in you unnerves them because it highlights what they lack the courage to claim for themselves. A quiet rebellion walking a path of purpose. As Friedrich Nietzsche once observed, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. Your detachment is that struggle in action, a quiet rebellion against the collective chaos that consumes so many. It is a refusal to conform to the emotional entanglements and validations that others so desperately seek. They hate your calmness because it reveals their entanglement, their inability to break free from the chains of approval and control. Your independence shines a light on their dependency, and that reflection shakes them to their core. They sense in you a strength they long for but lack the bravery to pursue. And so, they lash out not because of what you have done, but because of what you represent, a freedom they fear and desire in equal measure. For the chosen ones, a celebration of strength. This message is not for everyone. It is for those who feel its truth deep in their bones. Here's to the chosen ones, the ones who do not fit in, the ones who see beyond the veil, the ones who have been told to settle, to conform, but never could. They are not interested in the ordinary. They are not here to follow someone else's rules. They are the light in the darkness, the storm that shatters illusions, the unshakable, the unstoppable, the untouchable. While the world runs in circles, they walk their own path, alone if necessary. Not for applause, not for approval, but because it is who they are. Their calmness is their strength, their detachment their power, and their independence their guiding light. They are proof that peace is not passive. It is a rebellion. It is a force that transforms chaos into clarity and fear into freedom. Here's to you, the ones who thrive in their detachment. Stand tall in your independence. Walk boldly in your truth. And let the world see that nothing and no one can shake the foundation of your inner peace. This is your power, your gift, and your legacy. Embrace it fully and unapologetically. The transformative power of detachment, turning chaos into clarity. The ones who rise above, transforming what was meant to destroy them into something divine, carry a wisdom that cannot be taught. It must be earned. If this resonates with you, perhaps it is time to find your people. The Obsidian Inner Order is unlike anything else. A sanctuary for chosen ones. A nexus of ascension where over 400 individuals gather to share wisdom, connect authentically, and transform together. No masks, no games, just truth. If you are ready, you will know where to find us. The link is in the description. The emotional reactions your detachment triggers. Your detachment creates waves of deep emotional reactions in others, not because of what you do, but because of what it represents. To those who depend on external validation, your independence feels like rejection. It is not merely a choice. It is a refusal to engage in the unspoken game of emotional dependency. For individuals who derive their sense of self from the attention and reactions of others, your calmness feels like abandonment. It forces them to confront a disconcerting truth. Their self-worth is tied to something they cannot control, your response. Your detachment sends an unspoken message. I do not need you to define me. This statement cuts deeper than they are willing to admit. It exposes insecurities they have buried beneath layers of noise and distraction. Unable to understand your calm demeanor, they project their fears onto you, labeling you heartless, distant, or uncaring. They want you to mirror their chaos, to validate their turmoil by engaging with it. When you refuse, their frustration turns inward, manifesting as anger directed outward at you. The cascade of reactions to your peace. This triggers a predictable cascade of reactions. Anger rises to the surface as they feel powerless in the absence of your engagement. Confusion follows, as they cannot grasp how you have mastered the emotional clarity that eludes them. Then comes projection. Accusations designed to make you feel guilty for their discomfort. Your detachment unsettles them because it highlights their lack of control, not just over you but over themselves. What they despise most is also what they admire. Your ability to stand firm, unshaken and independent, is a silent force they cannot penetrate. And though they lash out, deep down they recognize the truth. They want the freedom you possess but fear the effort required to achieve it. Hestia's wisdom, the quiet power of detachment. In Greek mythology, Hestia, the goddess of the hearth, embodies the essence of peace and detachment. Unlike the other gods of Mount Olympus, who thrived on conflict, drama, and the pursuit of power, Hestia chose a life of stability and balance. Her steadfast commitment to tending the hearth became a symbol of grounding amidst chaos. Her refusal to engage in rivalries frustrated those around her, for her calmness highlighted their turbulence. Hestia's story is a testament to the quiet yet unyielding strength of detachment. Similarly, your detachment functions as both a shield and a mirror. It protects your peace while forcing others to confront the chaos within themselves. Like Hestia, your independence unnerves those who cannot understand your refusal to be drawn into their storms. Detachment as a strategic advantage. As Sun Tzu writes in The Art of War, appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. Your detachment is not just a tool for peace. It is a tactical advantage. It makes you unreadable, unshakable, and always a step ahead. When people cannot predict your moves, they are left reacting to shadows, scrambling to regain control. Detachment disrupts their need for dominance while keeping you firmly in control. Emotional independence clears the clutter from your mind, freeing energy that would otherwise be wasted on overthinking, people-pleasing, or engaging with chaos. This clarity sharpens your creativity, focuses your actions, and amplifies your productivity. By prioritizing what truly matters, you become unstoppable in your pursuit of growth and success. Detachment in relationships, a gateway to authenticity. Detachment transforms the way you connect with others. It does not mean you are closed off. Rather, it signifies a refusal to sacrifice your peace for relationships built on dependency or control. By maintaining strong boundaries, you repel those who seek to exploit your energy and instead attract individuals who respect your independence and value genuine connection. These connections are deeper, healthier, and more fulfilling because they are rooted in mutual respect rather than manipulation. Detachment enables you to foster relationships where authenticity thrives, enriching both your personal and emotional well-being. Resilience in the face of life's challenges. When life throws stress and pressure your way, detachment becomes your greatest armor. While others may crumble under the weight of chaos, your emotional clarity allows you to approach challenges with composure and strategy. Detachment does not make you indifferent. It makes you resilient. You can assess situations objectively, act decisively without hesitation, and adapt when circumstances demand it. Where others drown in stress, you rise above it, untethered and focused. This resilience fortifies you, enabling you to navigate life's most intense moments with grace and determination. The legacy of calm detachment. Atticus Finch's example. Atticus Finch, the iconic character from To Kill a Mockingbird, embodies the profound strength of calm detachment. Confronted with hatred, prejudice, and hostility, he remains steadfast and composed. His refusal to be swayed by the chaos around him becomes a powerful statement of integrity and purpose. Like Atticus, your detachment is not a retreat but a testament to your inner strength. It empowers you to stand firm, unshaken by external forces. Detachment as a superpower. Detachment is not merely a tool. It is a superpower. It amplifies your focus, enriches your relationships, and fortifies your strength in the face of adversity. It allows you to turn chaos into clarity, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. Your calmness is not just a personal victory. It is a quiet revolution that redefines what it means to live with purpose and independence. Here's to the chosen ones, the ones who rise above, who transform adversity into power, and who walk their own path unapologetically. Your detachment is your strength, your peace is your armor, and your independence is your guiding light. Stand tall in your truth, knowing that you are unshakable, unstoppable, and untouchable. This is your time to thrive. Embrace it fully. The strength of detachment, clarity amidst chaos. Atticus Finch, a beacon of justice and truth, remains composed in the face of hostility and prejudice. His refusal to be swayed by chaos and his unwavering focus on doing what is right demonstrate not indifference, but a profound inner strength. He channels his energy into meaningful action, ignoring the insults and intimidation that would derail others. Like Atticus, your detachment is not a weakness but a shield, an empowering force that enables you to navigate life's storms with unshakable resolve. It sharpens your ability to see through the noise, rise above emotional manipulation, and focus on what truly matters. Your calm presence unsettles those who rely on chaos and control, revealing their fragility. Detachment becomes not just a tool for personal peace, but a catalyst for growth, forcing others to confront the behaviors they avoid. When you refuse to engage, when you do not feed their drama, they are left alone with their actions. That silence speaks louder than any argument, challenging them to question their patterns and examine how much of their energy is spent on manipulation. Breaking cycles, the courage to detach. Detachment is a powerful step toward breaking generational cycles of dysfunction. By refusing to repeat harmful patterns, you set a new standard for emotional health and boundaries. Whether it is stepping away from destructive communication or declining to carry burdens that are not yours, your actions create ripples. These ripples challenge others to recognize the cycles they perpetuate. While some may resist, clinging to old habits, others will be inspired by your example to do the work of breaking free. Though your detachment may initially provoke resentment, it plants seeds of self-awareness. It invites others to reflect on their behaviors and consider the possibility of growth. People often resent what they do not understand, and your calm independence can feel threatening to those who rely on external validation. Yet, over time, your example becomes undeniable proof that peace and self-mastery are attainable. Your boundaries become an invitation for others to examine their own lives and take steps toward liberation, a mirror to their inner chaos. As Anais Nin once wrote, "We do not see things as they are, we see them as we are." Your detachment holds up a mirror that others cannot ignore. When you refuse to engage with their drama or validate their need for control, it strips away the distractions they use to avoid introspection. They project their insecurities onto you, not because of who you are, but because of what you reveal about them. Your calm independence disrupts their illusions, compelling them to confront the parts of themselves they would rather keep hidden. Detachment is not a withdrawal from life. It is a deliberate choice to engage on your terms. Like Sherlock Holmes, whose legendary focus and reasoning were born from his ability to detach from emotional distractions, your detachment allows you to observe, assess, and act with precision. While others are swept away by impulsive reactions, you maintain clarity and purpose. This clarity not only empowers you, but also challenges the chaotic energy around you, making your calm an undeniable force. The transformative power of detachment in relationships. Detachment transforms how you connect with others. It does not mean you are closed off. It means you are unwilling to sacrifice your peace for relationships rooted in dependency or control. By maintaining strong boundaries, you repel those who seek to exploit your energy and instead attract individuals who respect your independence. These healthier, more fulfilling connections are built on mutual respect rather than manipulation. True detachment is about balancing independence with empathy. It is the ability to engage with others while protecting your inner peace. You do not absorb the chaos of those around you to care. Instead, you maintain your grounding, interacting from a place of strength and authenticity. Resilience in the face of adversity. When life's challenges arise, detachment becomes your greatest armor. It allows you to approach stress with composure and strategy, making you resilient where others falter. Detachment does not make you indifferent. It makes you adaptable and decisive. While others drown in the weight of stress, you rise above it, untethered and focused. This resilience fortifies you, enabling you to navigate even the most intense moments with grace. Eleanor Roosevelt famously said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Your detachment ensures that your power and self-worth remain firmly in your hands. Detachment as liberation. Detachment is not just a defense, it is liberation. Keeps your worth untouchable and your power within your control. In a world desperate for validation and control, your ability to remain centered exposes truths others would rather avoid. Your calmness becomes an anchor, a testament to the strength you have cultivated. When others project their insecurities onto you, let their frustrations serve as a reminder of your independence. Their reactions are not your burden to carry. Your calm presence is a quiet rebellion against the chaos, a declaration that your peace matters more than their opinions, inspiring others through your detachment. Your detachment is not only a shield for your peace but also a catalyst for transformation in others. It challenges them to see the cycles they perpetuate, inspiring self-awareness and growth. Each time you choose stillness over reaction, you demonstrate mastery over your energy, proving that calmness is not weakness but strength. Detachment shows the world what is possible when you refuse to be moved by the chaos around you. It is not merely a personal victory. It is a legacy of clarity, self-mastery, and liberation. Now it is your turn. Share your truth. Speak about the strength detachment has brought you. Let your story inspire others to embrace their power, break free from toxic cycles, and find peace amidst the storm. This is your time to thrive, not just for yourself, but for everyone who sees in you the possibility of their own evolution.